And good morning, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Welcome to another episode of the Jedi Academy. That's right, it's Saturday morning, it's 10 a.m. Eastern. That means it's time to get to the Q&A you've all been waiting for all week. A show we do every Saturday at this time. And this is a straight Q&A show for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And if you're new to the show and wondering what this is, as I said, straight Q&A show. And the way it works is we have a wonderful panel of people who we will introduce here in a second. And if you would like to ask them a question, all you need to do is put your question into the chat. Make sure you put question in front of your statement. And then we will get those scooped up by Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, who's here. There's a wave, okay? So get your questions in. We try to get through all the questions. Most of the times we can, but sometimes we can't. So if you have a question, it behooves you to get them in sooner rather than later. So I encourage you to get those questions in, and make sure you put question in front of your statement. That's how we use Nightbot, and that's how we get it scooped up. So help us to help you, help us help you. There you go. That's science right there. And I hope everybody's having a good morning. So wherever you are, whether it's afternoon, evening, or morning, grab your coffee, grab your croissant, grab your breakfast of whatever it is, and let's rock and roll. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe. If you're watching this, just stop what you're doing. Just give us a little tappy on that old thumbs up button. It's not going to hurt you. It'll help us out tremendously, but it's not going to hurt you one bit. And we would very much appreciate it. So I'm just going to go down the line. Of course, Dr. Finn's here. He already waved. We have good old Maurice from Operation Metaverse here.
Hello.
We have the one and only Colorado Rocky Mountain High man himself, Warrior.
What is going on, everybody?
And last but not least, who the hell is this person? Is this working, Finn? I see a Jedi Knight of some sort.
Jedi Master Adastra.
Yes.
That is a name that I have not heard.
Oh, since before you were born, Finn.
Good morning.
Well, good morning, Jedi Master Dasha. A long time.
Indeed. Good to see you all.
Yes. What have you been up to?
Oh, meditation, killing Sith.
Sure.
The usual.
Okay, so what have you really been up to? Holidays, things of that nature.
Yeah, just crazy stuff, work and life.
We don't celebrate the holidays within the community.
No, we don't do that here. I don't know if you read that.
No, there's no holidays in Star Wars.
There's no holidays in Star Wars, so.
Yeah, there's packs. There's lots and lots of packs.
Yes. So, I'd say Merry Christmas, but then something might happen to me. So,
Happy Life Day.
No, you can't even celebrate Life Day, Finn.
Why?
We don't celebrate any holidays whatsoever.
I'm celebrating for Urs, not Galaxy of Heroes. How about that?
You say Happy Life Day, 4 more packs will show up in the game.
I know. The new Life Day pack. That's right. You too can get extra charge of stuff you don't need. Hey.
I'm still waiting for that hyperdrive bundle to go away. It's not
going
to.
Never going to go away, Lady Adasha.
Nope.
Whenever you go, no matter what you're doing, the pack will be there in your right preview of your eye socket.
The pack doesn't bother me. It's that stupid circle on the main screen, if you don't buy it, that constantly reminds you, hey, you're level 85, buy the hyperdrive bundle. Just the entire time. It's just sitting there on the side with an 85 on there.
Buy it now. Do it. Do it now.
No.
Buy it.
If I'm not spending money on this game, why the hell would I buy the hyperdrive bundle?
Come on, you know you want to finish.
It's like Grande. If you're going to spend 100, why not spend 1,000? Right?
Yeah. You don't see the difference in price a little bit there, Brady? No. 1,000 is more than 100. Well, you should do it. Get some chickens. So get your questions coming in. Good morning to all you skewers and folks out there joining us. Very nice to have you. We sit in a conundrum as we have been previously. Not a damn word really from the developers. I mean, we had the Q&A last week, but other than that, we've had no new information from the developers. We do know a new post coming, but that was last week's information. That was so last week. We're so past that. We'll just go down around the corner here a little bit. Go Maurice. Yeah.
Hello.
What's going on in the game for you, buddy? What's on your mind?
Nothing.
Yeah.
But like I said, Thursday, I personally, I know I'm the minority, but I'm actually enjoying no content.
Oh.
Like, Year 13 came out. Then Relics immediately came out. And everyone's freaking out because they came out so close together. But now we're getting some downtime to get used to these Relics, find out which teams, like what characters are the very best to Relic. We've got a new team, Gas, to learn how to counter, efficiently. And, Lightside TV, it gives people time to get up these characters to ridiculous heights, to compete in that. And it's just, I know something big's coming and it's going to be a huge panic. I understand that. But it's, I kind of like just working on my roster and getting things kind of tightened up and getting ready for Grand Arena and stuff like that. I know that's lame, but I like tinkering with stuff. So
yeah, you are a tinkerer.
Yeah.
What you do. Warrior, what's on your mind, buddy?
I was just thinking about like progression in the game, and I was like, oh, at the beginning of December they brought out 3 characters the first week of December. And I was like, what's they brought out since then? And then I was like, oh, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Those 3 characters, those 3 marquee characters is it. That's it. Those 3 characters. And then those packs at holiday time. Because they don't celebrate the holidays.
Right.
That's it. And then I had to log into the game to do a roster review. I had a couple roster reviews I had to do, actually. I did 3 roster reviews, so I had to log in. And then I logged in, and I, while I was doing the roster reviews, I, clicked I couldn't, while I was in, I couldn't handle the, red flashing stuff in the inbox. So I, click their inbox to, get all the red stuff. And I was like, what am I doing? I'm not even playing this game. And I can't, handle the, red inbox. It's free crystals. I've got to do it. Oh. And I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just in here to do a roster review. Get out of here. So I went in, did the roster reviews, and then I got out. I re-deleted it, and just got out of there. I was like, this game, it's such an addiction. So, yeah, it's one of those things for some people that really really enjoy it. It's great, but for other people who have a problem, for sure, that don't have the time commitment or all of that. I worry for my good friend Arnold. Not only does he have an old dev account that he plays, he has his other account that he plays. He had an old free-to-play account that he used to play, but now he's launched 2 new accounts. He will now officially have 4 accounts that he's going to play simultaneously. Plus, he plays 4 other games. I know he does YouTube full time, but what the F? Mobile games. He's playing, and he plays non-mobile games too. He actually does play regular, real, actual fun games too on the side. And then he plays mobile games too. So I worry. I actually legit straight worry about Arnold. For his actual psychology. Because he's playing this game 4 times over. And then, he's playing MSF and all these other games. And I don't know. Because each game is gambling each time. And so it's like playing a slot machine, for sitting in Vegas at a slot machine, but then that guy that sits there and plays 4 slot machines at one time, and they're bringing over you drinks, because well, hell, you're playing 4 at once, and they're like, I ain't got a problem, drinking on drinks, doing 4 slot machines simultaneously, and they're like, I'm good at this shit, excuse my language, and they're doing 4 of them at once, and he's doing that, plus he's doing MSF, and he's doing all these other things, and I get he's full time, and I just I like the dude, he's a good guy. And I just worry, man, even if it's full time, that's just a lot of mobile gaming. Mobile games are they're gambling. And, doing it in one account and you're free to play or whatever, or even if you're a Dolphin, and you're handling it and you're managing it okay, it's it's one thing. It's like one slot machine. You're able to manage like the psychology of yourself probably in that one situation. Like, I get friends, they go, okay, I got $100. I'm going to go play slot machines this weekend or whatever. You know what I mean? Like they go, I'm going to go to Vegas for the weekend. We're going to go have some fun. This is my budget. Like they can handle it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it is what it is. And so it's fun or whatever. So that's fine. So it's cool. Like that's it. But when it's somebody who's in there and they're playing 4 machines at once and they can't stop, like that's you worry about those people. It's gambling. It's gambling. So some people have it under control, some don't. When you see those people that are out of control, you kind of, your heart kind of bleeds for them. So that's it. Some people you see and you go, they got it under control, and then you see other people and you go, oh my God, they're in trouble. So some people, you see they're playing it and they're like, they got it under control, and you're like, they're okay. Like Gom's under control. He's good. He got this.
No, he's not. No, Gom's got a problem.
No, Gom's good.
No,
he's good.
No,
Gom's good. No. But then you see other people, and like Arnold. Like I love Arnold. I think he's a great guy, man. I've met many a time, man. To this day, I still think about conversations him and I've had, like in towns where we were walking after meals and stuff, where we're like walking in the dark of night, walking down the street, just chatty Cathying it up, talking about life. And he's a genuinely good guy.
Oh,
but
sure.
But then you see like him and I have nothing against him starting up a free to play account. I think I did it. I understand the like legit reasoning behind it, but he didn't just do one. Like he already has 2 accounts and he started 2 more. I don't know, man. I genuinely worry for him. So anyway, it's an interesting time. It's definitely content. I mean, I'll give you that. It's definitely content.
There you go. Jedi Master Dastra, how's your addiction? What's going on with you? What are your thoughts on the game? What are you thinking about right now?
Well, we're focusing on Lightside TV, of course. I'm really hoping we get a lot of cam shards on this pass. We've done a good job.
Good luck with that.
Really encouraging everyone to get their clone team up to par, and we should get a solid attempt. So I'm hoping just like if we can get half out of whoever gets to attempt, that half get a completion of the mission, I'd be fine by that. I was excited that I got 4 out of 4 with my Jedi. Always a challenge to try to complete 4 waves with these insane enemies.
Yeah, I tried. I only got 3 out of 4. I'm sorry, Jedi Master Dastra, but yeah, I got one shot in and it was over. I was like, oh my God, I hate this. It's like, oh my God, these droids and stuff, I hate them so much. They're evil. They're quite evil.
It's not easy, that's for sure. Like, so the same Jedi team I use, not everyone can do it. I tried to explain the strategy. It's trying to help people.
People are like, I don't have
still the only one to 4 out of 4, I think, with Jedi. But hey, that's okay. The secondary Jedi mission is still insane, though.
Yes.
Trying to use the leftovers to complete even 1 wave is ridiculous.
Yes.
I've tried a few Qui-Gon Jinn lead variants, death.
No.
I've tried Vaseline, death. So I'm pretty sure the only other leader that's worked so far is a GK lead, just so you have the survival but he's usually with Padme, so death.
Death. Yeah. It's a lot of death.
But it's fun to keep trying. I'm like, I have all these Jedi. I may as well keep trying different combos. Yeah. Maybe I'll get lucky. But it's ridiculous.
I know. It is only phase
so
one.
In like a year when we have 7-star cam, then we can do it.
Oh my God, it's so frustrating. You go in there and you're like, all right, I got my team ready. Like, we're gonna go in there, and it's gone. Oh my God, what happened? Because RNG can turn you on a heartbeat, and you're just like, oh my God.
Oh, absolutely. Because the enemy spawn it varies. Like.
Yes.
If you get how many droidicas, how many, of the special new ones.
Oh,
It can be brutal. Yeah. And if you time it wrong, so like if you're PM, say you go to the next wave, and all of your guys are like low TM or no one has turn meter filled up, just gotta brace.
Yes, just clench and pray. Oh God.
I am optimistic about the cam mission. You know, we only had
like so many paintings. I got a bunch of paintings.
Stop saying that word! I hate it!
XO68 cheered.
We'll
X150.
in a few days.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, Dr. Finn, we're getting the questions coming in hot.
I'll mention. Sorry. Did you hear anything just now on your end, Ranger?
Yeah, I think it was Julie Andrews.
But did you actually hear something or no?
Yeah, it was kind of loud and distorted.
Okay. Just I don't think Ranger has the alerts like fully set on this one. EXO just donated bits on Twitch, so that's why you got the notification. So the Twitch stuff isn't gonna work very well here, so you guys can hold off on that. It's not like the regular RSG streams for you guys.
No.
Just so you guys know.
Yes.
So there you guys go.
Yes. My ears, thank you. They're bleeding.
They didn't hear anything Adastra said. You might want to. I don't know. We have to figure out. We have to set yours up.
No, they heard everything. Just that last.
They heard everything except the very end there.
Well, there's like 3.
Your guild is having fun with you, by the way, Adastra. I don't know if you were looking at chat. Max Power is saying by half you mean 10%. And Smoke is like encouraging. Just don't piss off Jedi Master Adastra.
No.
And Max is saying you are way too optimistic. So there you go. So there you go.
What kind of Jedi is she smoking?
Yeah, like I said, we've really been pushing to get the clones ready. It's like, I want my cam.
2020, the year of cam for Jedi Master Dasha.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get to our first question. So who are we starting with, Ranger?
Oh, let's start with Warrior since he's in the addiction phase of his, or the withdrawal phase of his life. Let's start with him.
Okay. So Warrior, question from Elliot Worsfold, and the question is, did anyone try Gas lead in GOTB? I kind of think Shock T is a better lead. Which does the panel prefer?
Yeah, I mean, I think both of them are great lead options, and I've actually tried both. Shock T does excellent. Really, it comes down to kill order, but I do for me, I've had better luck with Gas. I go 4 out of 4 with General Anakin Skywalker as the lead, but it does ultimately come down to kill order. If you don't do the kill order correctly, you're not going to go 4 out of 4 with either team. So it really comes down to making sure you get, because they've got that, you know, they can start one-shotting your characters. So you just got to make sure you get that one assassin droid out of there pretty quickly. The other thing is you know, ability block goes quite a long way on that team. But either one actually do really well, and ultimately relics, getting your relics up to 5 or above on either one of those teams. But
oh, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but yeah, I just wanted to say I use Shock lead. That's my preference, but I also have her double Zeta'd. So like if you don't have any Zetas on her, it's not going to be as good though. You know, if you have to choose between her and General Skywalker, if you have no Zetas on her, General Skywalker all the way. But with the Zetas, it's about even, or I prefer her because she can heal up and she gets Rex to his Annihilate quicker and has the spam attacks. But like you said, it is also very much the kill order. You know, the people that are reporting their full Relic 7 teams getting wiped in like wave 1, like what the heck were you doing?
It can happen.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah, you watch the kill order sometimes, and it's like they're ignoring the characters you're supposed to kill. They're just kind of ignoring them, and it's like pow, pow, pow. You're like, don't you see that guy killing your people? It's like, what are you doing? So, yeah, it's kind of 50-50. I mean, General Anakin Skywalker is one of the few teams that can kind of go 4-4, and so it's a solid team. But the Shock T lead, like she said, definitely can help you get your Rex's Annihilate down faster. Plus, you do have you got more and faster cleanses, and with the health and protection regeneration, it really helps. With gas, you don't have that regeneration as fast. I mean, you don't have to worry about them losing the health, but the protection regeneration isn't as prevalent. So you definitely have the regenerative properties with her. So plus the retribution and everything like that as well. So yeah, definitely Shock T is a great thing. Just take your time. I think that's one of the things people do in these battles is they kind of rush through them, almost like Arena. Arena kind of conditions us to rush. Right? Like a lot of times we're like, oh, we're in a hurry. We got to, in our mind, it just conditions us to be mentally fatigued. Like we gotta do this in 5 minutes or less, and we only have so much time. And so we go, and then we get into one of these types of battles, and then we don't realize that we can just take our time. And if we just stop, just slow down, like really think it through. I know we don't want to spend 15 minutes or 20 minutes on a battle, but why not think it really through? Take your time, spend the 15 or 20 minutes, because it's really, really important that you really learn the mechanics, really understand what you're doing, and really understand it, especially for the team, especially for certain missions, that you slow things down, you really understand what you're doing, so that you understand what's going on. So so many people just kind of rush through those. So don't do that. Don't, especially when it's PvE, just kind of take your time, slow things down. I know with the PvE, when it comes to, raids, you do kind of have to still hustle because it's going to get cleared if you don't. So sometimes PvE, you got to hustle, but with these, the TBs, you don't. So don't. So, take your time, especially with the missions, especially when you're trying to get shards for people. Make sure you're taking your time and doing it right the first time. Don't rush through it. People do that all the time. They just rush. Side note, I'll be here till 9, and then I gotta bail at 9, just so you guys know.
Oh, what do you got going on today? Or anything exciting?
No, I've got to go to work an hour early today because it's like a sale weekend.
Oh, that's right. It's the President's Day sale or something.
Yeah.
See? Yeah.
Apparently, dead presidents require lots of beds.
Well, yeah, even though...
And then they have to hand over their dead presidents to you.
That's right.
Yeah, and when you lie on beds, I have dead presidents that lay with you. It's really cool.
Oh, well. Well.
I think we need to change topics.
All right, well, if we're going to do that, let's go to Good Old Maurice. Good Old Maurice is good about changing topics. Let's give him a question.
All right, so Good Old Maurice question from 1L73. He says, at this point, what are the top 5 teams to prioritize gear for in regards to overall use in the game?
Oh, boy. Let's see. In no particular order. Let's go with the clones. I don't think that, I know that one mission requires Cody and clone sergeants, but I don't know, at this point in the game, I don't think it's really worth going too crazy on them, just because you'll gear them up and you'll relic them, and there's a good chance you won't even beat that mission still, so I'd hold off on them. Just get your 5.0 first, your Shock T. If you have gas, obviously do gas. I don't think pretty much all the clones except the clone sergeant and Cody for now, but do put them in the back of your mind because you will need them. And then that's one, right? So we'll go with I guess we'll go with the Sith Empire second. Just the Sith Empire. Everybody pretty much except Sith Assassin. She's useful, but if you're mirroring Darth Revan, she's worthless. Mm-hmm. So do keep that in mind. She does have a ship. The ship is pretty meh. So Sith Assassin minus Sith Assassin, you'll need 6 of them. Sith Troopers super useful. So that's 2. Let's go with the Geos as one of them as well. Spy and Sunfac are difficult to gear, but the other 3 aren't bad at all. You need them to get Wat Tambor. 3 of them have ships. 3 of them have separatist ships that go along with the new Malevolence. So I think they're very, very good for PvE. Both defensively, they take very specific things. Offensively, you can beat a lot of these up-and-coming teams with them. Some of the newer teams are very, very good. So we'll go with them third. Resisting some of my pet projects. It's like, let's see. I want to say the Jedi, but I don't. But I think I'll say Jedi just because Dasher's on the panel. So we'll go with Jedi, but very specific Jedi.
Good call.
There's a lot of Jedi you don't need. The Eth Koth, the Imagundis, the Jedi Knight Guardians, some of those. But you will probably need one extra Galactic Republic Jedi. So you probably are going to have to make a decision between like Luminar or Imagundi, one of those less desirable ones, just to fill out some of the deeper phase territory battle teams. So Jedi Knight Revan, Grandmaster Yoda, Bastila. Bastila is very, very important, both for her lead and just for as a support underneath the Jedi Knight Revan teams. Old Ben is becoming very, very popular again. So he's a good one to have. And then you've got, Ezra and Kanan, who are Jedi and Rebels, so they're dual faction. Old Ben the same way. So Jedi is a good, just overall faction for all around gameplay and a very good raid team. And then the fifth,
you got Padme, CLS. Who you first?
Yeah, that's what it's. Yeah, Padme. I guess. We'll go. I don't want to say Rebels because there's most of them are junk. It's just CLS, Han, and Chewie. Yeah. I guess we'll go. I don't know. Galactic Republic kind of ties them to Jedi, minus Padme and 3PO, right? So we'll go Galactic Republic. I guess we'll go Galactic Republic, just because Padme, 3PO, R2, they all fall in there. There's a lot of dual synergy with Anakin, Ahsoka, Shakti is also Galactic Republic. So. But I don't want to say Rebels, just do CLS on and Chewie, and you'll be good. So there you go. That's my off the cuff.
And you can check out the bigger list tomorrow on the Alliance stream, tomorrow night, Sunday night.
I will say something funny. At the beginning of the stream, Warrior said, don't say Happy Life Day or we'll get 4 new packs of the game. And I'll be damned if I had opened up my game and there are exactly 4 new packs, 2 relic packs and 2 gear packs in the game. This is pretty good.
What have I done? You're fulfilling your destiny.
Yeah, and soon they'll just fill the screen, how the hyperdrive bundle is forever showing right there. Like, we're just going to get a bunch of packs that'll eventually pop up right there.
Oh my god.
It's just going to be circles all over your screen. You have to buy them in order to get rid of it to even play.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right, next question to Lady Adastra.
Okay, so Adastra, question from Vormax. Well, this is kind of just a general one, so you can refer to Jedi or Sith. But the question is, how depressed are you with the lack of content or info about the oceans of new content that was promised?
Well, I mean, I honestly think there's plenty to do in the game right now, but it's like there's nothing fresh. It's just rehashing what we already have. But we know there's a bunch of stuff coming. We just don't know when. And that's the frustrating part. We know the Super Ray, Super Kylo are supposed to drop this month, maybe. There should be an announcement about it. There was an announcement about the announcement saying that they were postponing it, right? They give people more time to prepare. But everybody's hoarding right now. We're all at just this impasse. We're just waiting. I've never had this many Zetas in my life. It's weird. I want to know what to do. It's very annoying. And then there's supposed to be a new raid eventually too. We've been overdue for that. The Sith raid in the the higher end guilds I'm talking about. We kill it in 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I can't even run my Jedi anymore. I have to auto everything because it takes too long. So it's I don't know, we need something. And then GAC, it comes and goes, but issue with that, some people get bored of it being the same because it lasts a month, right? And they get bored of the same mode that you have to play over and over. So I did love the idea in the Q&A to change it up each time. Like, so like round 1, say is 3v3, round 2 back to 5v5, you know, just to keep changing it. But I don't know. It's just, I mean, I like also that we have time to prepare. I think good old Maurice kind of touched on that to like continue to build up your characters that you know you need right now, you know, for Lightside TV or for TW. But then it's still Galaxy of Hoarders. Because we know there's something big coming.
Well, to that point, and I'll ask you this and good old Maurice, because you touched on it a little bit at the beginning. Do you feel like they're losing the window of opportunity here to capitalize on episode 9? Because now we're reaching about a month afterwards. All we've had are 3 marquees, one of which is just kind of a generic one, right, in the Sith Trooper. And we know that there's a new Rey and Kylo coming out. Are they taking too long to get the release? Is the hype over episode 9 kind of dying down, and it's going to seem lackluster come when it gets released?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I expected something by now. I mean, they had this plan laid out last year, like, oh yeah, at the beginning of the new year, we have this setup, this setup, this setup, but they keep delaying everything. You know, not to mention every time they release something, it's been bugged or there's always an issue lately. I just don't get it. You know, like for any other company to just constantly be messing up like this and then not jumping on opportunities, just like I just don't understand it. Like it's very unprofessional for one thing, but yeah, they definitely. It's just there's this lull. Like they need to. They need to get something to us quicker and keep us engaged.
You know, when episode 7 came out, is about the time the game came out. That's when I started. When I first started, they gave you First Order Stormtrooper like for free. Phasma was also, I think, free. They spammed you with Kylo Ren starter bundle packs. Like all the new characters from the new movie were all over the place. We had all sorts of Resistance already into the game. You know, right at the launch of the game, we had like Poe, Finn, Resistance Trooper, all these characters, Resistance Pilot. You know, and episode 8 came out, and then they, you know, I guess they gave us a new ship. And I think at the time we really didn't have much with ships. They gave Kylo's ship, which was incredible. They gave the shuttle, which was meh. And then but they did give us like Executioner first. They spammed us with all these marquee packs. Whether or not you wanted the marquee is irrelevant. They did kind of include the you know, the movie in the game. And this time it's just, they gave us 3 characters, like Warrior said, in December with very little hype behind them. And then just nothing. And all 3 of the movies came out around the holiday season, you know, so the whole we're off for a month thing, it didn't apply to the first 2 movies. I don't know why it applied here. I think perhaps maybe this new raid they hinted at could be like episode 9 related, and maybe it's just they're having issues with it or something, and it's just they can't really talk about it because they don't even know if it's going to work. I don't know, but it is mind-boggling. We've only got 3 characters with 1 announced coming.
Didn't they say there's supposed to be like 10 new ones too, like between Resistance and First Order? Like they're, you know, we're gonna get new ships and new characters.
Yeah, I mean they said specifically in Q&A that they're going to be focusing on the new trilogy. So
yeah, it's like great focus, guys, great focus.
All I can say is that they said oceans of new characters and ships, which is all the new content. I don't foresee them having any new content in the new year except for characters and ships, but their characters and ships in the last 18 months have been exceptionally convoluted and complex and exceptionally power creepy. And so even their simple characters have been power creepy. I mean, like their basic characters are like, whap, 50k, whap, 50k. Like, oh my God, that character is a marquee character. Like, that's amazing. So it's going to be difficult, I think, because like even Sith Trooper, everybody, you know, this is the thing. Like, if you watch Arnold's video on Sith Trooper, they brought out the marquee character is a no-name red character from the game or from the movie that means nothing, and he's AoEing everybody for 120,000. And so what did everyone do that was a whale? They bought it. Why? Because he's a first order character that can AoE the entire opposing team once his team dies. Like, that's cool, right? Well, that's super power creep. But that's just what they're doing. Why? Because they know they can get the whales to, in December, buy a stupid no-name marquee character for $300 and spend another $300 on gear. So they're going to get $600 off some stupid marquee guy. And that's just what they're looking for. So, and now they've got all these other characters that they've got oceans of characters coming into the game, but like the problem with power creep is it's power creep. It's like, oh, we're bringing in a character that, you know, picks its nose and breaks that guy's leg, you know, so how do we not break the guy's leg? Well, you got to stop having him do this. You know, like, every mechanic breaks another mechanic. This mechanic breaks that mechanic. That mechanic breaks that mechanic. And it's so bad now, it's so spaghettied out that it causes delays. And so every release either comes in broken or causes delays, and this is why I quit. This is why I quit. I literally put a diatribe of information out there on Reddit. Every single release in the last 18 months, this is what's happened: release and broken, 4 to 6 weeks, and they try to fix it. It's half-heartedly fixed. After people have spent, people are pissed. Some people try to request money back. They get pissed. They start banning people for requesting money back. People are pissed that they're getting banned because they said you fixed you changed the mechanics of what I did. You know, blah blah blah, whatever. But you know, you're changing what I bought, but you're just wasting. You're trying to take money back just because, you know, you're trying to take money back just because you were trying to abuse the system. Well, no, you're changing a character that is, you know, heartedly different now than what I purchased. And but you know what it is, you know, they bottom line are literally putting out material that is breaking the game, but it's either they have to wait 6 months to try to fix code for characters, or because their code's so bad at this point because of the power creep, or they have to release broken stuff. So you guys are waiting 2 months for another 3 characters because they're trying to delicately release 3 more characters, or they're going to release broken. And so what you're going to get is you're going to get a bunch more characters in broken. You're going to get both. You're going to get not as many characters as you'd like, but more than they're willing to release because they're nervous about it. So you're going to get more than they want, but less than you wanted. And they're going to get more bugs than they wanted, but more bugs than you wanted, but less bugs than they were expecting. So it's going to be this blend of crap that it's going to be less content than you wanted, more content than they were expecting them to be able to release, and it's going to be a mess. It's been what's been happening for 18 months. Nothing's going to change. But this is why, the big why. Why is it happening? Why is there a delay? Why is it this? Why is it that? It's because at this point in the game, the characters coming into the game have to have a certain power threshold. And how do they get to that power threshold? They have to build certain mechanics. They have to. You can't just build a character that says, hey, I'm cool, I hit for 20 grand. Those characters aren't cool anymore. They can't compete. You have to build it in that says, I have a certain type of mechanic that resists a certain other type of mechanic, or I'm not relevant in the game anymore. That's just the way of the world. If you don't have it, I'm instantaneously day one irrelevant, which means whales won't buy me. So I have to have mechanic X, or I'm irrelevant. So if I have mechanic X, then I'll be relevant. But if I have mechanic X, I break 15 other things. So I have to be fixed before I can even be brought in. So now they have to spend 45 days recoding like a ton of things in the game. This is the problem. This is the literal problem, you guys. And so unfortunately for you and everybody else, the game is just coding wise just effed. It's just messed up. It's just this is why you guys are looking at another 30 days before they can even bring in another 6 characters that are going to end up inevitably coming in broken again. And then you're going to spend another 30 days fixing those characters. They're behind timeline, and they're going to continue to be behind timeline for the rest of the life of this game. And it's going to, it sucks. It really sucks because it's a good game. It's fun, but this is what's been happening for 18 months. And it's all because of power creep, and it's all because of ultimately bottom line dollars, money. They want to make money, and I get it. I would too if I was a developer, and I was EA and I was Capital Games, but they have to bring in characters that are worthy of the dollar. And when they bring those characters in, they're going to have to be coded in a way that makes sense. And that coding won't be compatible with the current code system, which means it's going to break, which means they're going to have to fix it, which means it's going to take longer. So that's the conundrum. If you guys are curious why this crap happens, why stuff breaks, why stuff takes so long to be brought in, why Kylo Ren and Rey aren't in this game already. They should have been in at the end of the year last year. And that's a fact. They said their hope was before the 31st of December. Their goal was last year. Here we are mid-January and they're still not ready to go.
Yeah, so we're past mid-January. We're getting to the third week of January.
Yeah.
So
that's the psychology behind all of this. That's what's going on. It's power. It's ultimately power creep.
Well, you could have just simplified it, Warrior, and said, "I blame Finn," and that would have solved everything with your response, and it would have worked because I blame Finn.
Secret, I don't blame Finn.
How dare you?
I know,
Warrior.
Why?
I don't blame you.
I don't like the direction of this conversation.
You made Finn uncomfortable. All right, next question, Finn.
So next question from What Else 73 for you, Warrior. It seems like Warrior's withdrawal therapy is going well. How is your withdrawal therapy going, Warrior?
The death threats from Capital Games have really gone in the right direction.
Good.
Okay, so question to you is from Jedi Jelly, and the question is, I have a 6-star Malevolence and the Separatist ships, yet now I'm struggling to beat Kenobi ship lineups when Ahsoka ship is in the starting lineup with Anakin and their chosen tank. Any tips on how to beat it?
Where?
Oh, is that to me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
The first one was a joke one.
Oh, after that long diatribe, you let me talk again. Okay, cool.
Well, you only have like another 15 minutes, so.
Okay, cool. So she in the starting lineup, it shouldn't be too difficult, because you should be able to really just hammer her down as quick as possible and get her out of there. But it's kind of a difficult question for me to answer, honestly, because I've never ran the Malevolence. I've never had or ran the Malevolence. So I guess if there's somebody on the panel that has had the Malevolence, they could be able to answer that. But I would say if you're running kind of a defensive squad, or you happen to have any like tank heavy front end, I wouldn't do that. I would run a more offensive squad. If you don't have spy in your front three, I would run with spy in the front three. But I don't have Malevolence, and I never ran the Malevolence when I had it. So maybe somebody else has an idea.
Anybody else running the Malevolence?
Dom, have you played around with it, or Dastra?
Crickets.
I don't have it either. I went all in on Negotiator, of course. So I don't have it unlocked yet. But there is a guy in my shard with a 7-star decked out Malevolent. The whole team, 7-star Hyena Bomber, 7-star Vulture Droid. And God, that team is nasty. Like, it's actually possible to lose against it if you don't you gotta kill the Hyena Bomber right away. But, if it were flipped, you basically, the Vulture Droids are like your MVPs, because they're launching the, what are they called?
Buzzsaw Droids.
They launched the little, that's gonna bug me.
I just said Buzzsaw Droids.
The Buzzsaw, oh, thank you. Thank you, yeah.
He was ignoring you, Ranger.
No, I know.
Sorry, I didn't hear
I know
you.
I'm a Sith and everything, but Jesus.
But
try to help a Jedi.
But yeah, so you're relying on those because they're just gonna eat up. You can eat Anakin right away. You're trying to kill him first, ideally, And the Buzzsaw, because he'll kill himself a lot, because the Plo is pretty much the only one that's going to save the team, and his reinforcement priority is really low. So you can usually eat them before they can heal up by using the Buzz Droids. So you're starting, the comps that I've seen, it's usually, you're going to have Hyena and Vulture. That's a given. They're going to be in your starting lineup no matter what. So then you have options for your third. So you can do Sunfac, but I honestly believe that's the weaker version. Like, I find those easier to defeat. Then you can do Spy, because he stealths and he's another DPS. Then you can do Ig. That's another good one if you have that ship leveled up and built, because that guy can hit pretty hard, and it's a droid, and it has some synergy, with the team. And then, but like I said, you're really relying on the Buzz Droids just eating the enemy team, because you're going to spam that crazy. And then when you get the charges going on your team, you do the AoE with Malevolence for some really good damage. So it's just kind of like you're kind of timing it. So with the Ahsoka, Anakin, Houndstooth, is that what they said they're fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Any tank. But yeah, I assume it could be like the BTL Y-Wing also potentially starting.
Oh yeah, that's true. Fair point. So I mean, sometimes you're not going to be able to kill Anakin right away because of that. Gets protected. You can easily get him to spend his first unending loyalty if he's not bugged. Side note, still annoying that they haven't fixed that bug yet, that he can just live forever. But when it's working right, you can usually kill him pretty quick, But Ahsoka being there, you can easily kill her though, because she doesn't start with the unending loyalty like Anakin does. So you can try to burn her down ASAP. Again, if you have Ig in your starting, do the DPS, and you have Buzzsaw droids try to eat her. And then you can have Spy as your reinforcement to try to force one of the taunts if you're having trouble. Say you got stuck on Houndstooth and it's taking a while to eat him down. Spy is an option to try to get the taunt on a more notable target. But you also have your Hyena is a star too, though. Like if he's leveled up, he's just so beefy. The 7-star is really beefy. It takes me forever to kill that guy, and he's able to hit whatever he wants. So it's I think just there might be some videos out there, honestly. Since there's 7 stars in my shard, the odds are there's 7 stars elsewhere, and maybe some people have posted videos of them destroying. Because he says he just cuts through everyone like nothing. Like, he's able to always win. So, but yeah, I haven't ran it myself, so I can't give you a direct, play-by-play, but hope that gives you some ideas, and just keep trying.
Yep. Use your best
find your correct kill order there.
Yep, I think that's what it is. A lot of the videos right now that are showing Malevolence versus Negotiator and whatnot are showing the dominance of Malevolence, but it's usually against like an Umbaran in the starting lineup. Ahsoka really does change it. So
that's the weakest one for sure. Yeah.
Yep. And so so Ahsoka makes it one of the most deadly if you leave her going too long. And then what Adastra said is right. If you leave ETA with his unending loyalty and you go after him, you're wasting too much time, and you're letting Ahsoka kind of ramp up the rest of the team. So getting rid of Ahsoka quickly makes your life a lot easier.
Absolutely.
All right.
Good.
Next question.
Okay, so Gom, question to you from Raider Nation, and the question is: I see the Resistance as a possible meta team, or at least one of the top teams. I see the new mechanic as the new meta, and I see missing pieces. What are your thoughts? Am I wrong?
Well, actually, I got a taste of Relic 7, Banana Republic Finn, the last TW.
Banana Republic Finn, fantastic.
and he is a nightmare. He is going to. I don't know if they're going to be like arena meta, but I could see them definitely being like grand arena meta. He gets inspired, and then he does the rally, and you got to think, old Finn and Jedi Training Rey are kind of offensive characters, right? But they're tanks. So the new Finn spreads rally all over the place, and all of a sudden you have Jedi Training Rey, you have old Finn, you've got Poe, you've got Holdo, whoever you're using, you've got multiple tanks that are now taunting. And in the case of Rey, she doesn't normally taunt, and so they're taunting, and they have crit immunity. And then you got to think when certain situations, if the Banana Republic Finn is inspired, these characters also have 100% counter chance and 50% defense, I think. So now you're trying to shred through all these tanks that have crit immunity. Rey has foresight, and they have 50% defense. And if you hit them, they counter. So it's very difficult to get through. I have a feeling that the new Poe will also have some sort of mechanic. They'll probably have like little dual synergy, kind of like some sort of like tip touching mechanic that they have. I think they're going to be cool. I'm not sure what the best composition is going to be, because unless the new Poe has a leader ability, which could be the case, because I do think the old Finn Zeta is kind of underwhelming now. I don't think it has too much use in like a grand arena setting, but we'll see. I think they're going to be very, very good. I think both these factions, Hux and Sith Trooper, have brought a new element to the First Order. I think you're definitely looking at a new grand arena meta. So we'll see. He's a pain, man. He's a pain. He's tough. There's so much healing going on with that team. Finn, I mean, every time he uses basic, if he's not inspired, he's going to heal up a little bit of health. Holdo kind of has the same mechanic where she passively heals health. Finn's got a unique that gives a ridiculous amount of health regeneration. It's going to be an incredibly difficult team to shred through. So get your nests ready. Nest, I think the team is vulnerable to Nest. The team's vulnerable probably to like Boba, Django, like some sort of bounty hunter composition. Anything that can bypass taunts is going to be your best friend against this team. So if you guys are working on those characters, keep working on them. They'll be very, very useful very, very soon.
All right. Good stuff. Next question, Dr. Finn.
Perfect timing for a question for Adastra. Question from Michael, age 19. What's the minimum requirements with good RNG to get through the cam mission?
R7. No.
You're probably not wrong.
Actually, that is wrong. That's just you can get by with less. R7 will just help your chances.
6. It's R6.
It's kind of sad to think about that. There's it's not a guaranteed. It's never going to be a guaranteed win because of RNG. So even people with their R7s can lose. But a lot of it is also strategy. I was watching. If you watch the fail vids, it comes down to some people didn't know the strategy. But anyways, to the requirements, yeah, you do have to have relics. You cannot go by with your 12s across the board. Not gonna work. So you're gonna at least you're gonna want the main one you want as relic as possible is 5s though. So R7 is recommended for him, because he is gonna sacrifice himself. You're kidding yourself if you're gonna think you can get by with no deaths. Nah, someone's gonna die. Usually Rex, because he's squishier. So, do your R7 on 5s, put on a bunch of good mods on him. Basically, you're thinking about what's he gonna donate to the team. So you want to deck him out as much as possible. So when he sacrifices, he'll get the nice boost for everybody else. So he's the only one that has to be, or rather, I guess, has is a strong word, but highly, highly, highly suggest that he be R7 for that reason of helping the rest of the team to survive. Because it's basically about survival initially. You got to survive trample. If you have too low of HP protection, you're just going to die way too quickly. So then your next one you're looking at is damage. So you got the health protection from 5s when he sacrifices, but you also need some damage so you can focus down Django and the Beast. So then you're gonna need you're gonna need Arc and Echo relic up too. You're gonna need at least like relic 4 for them is kind of a good suggestion, because then you can pile on the offense so they can dish out some good damage. And then again, keep in mind the boost they'll get from 5s there. So if you're having trouble getting good health pools going, he helps with that. But they're there more for the DPS aspect. Arc with his turret is a huge help. Just any bit of extra damage you can do really improves your chances there. So you want at least relic 4 for the damage boosts that their masteries give. And then Rex and Shock, they don't have to be as relict. It's more you just need them to survive, because they're not there for the DPS. You know, Rex is annihilate, quote quote. And that's not going to be tied to your relic level. That's just, he's just got to survive to get to use it. So that's where you at least gear 13 for sure. You know, people can do like relic 2, relic 3, to try to just get some good health on them. So again, Rex will generally be the squishiest and will die to sacrifice for 5s there. So that's okay. That you honestly want that to happen. As soon as that happens, it's like you're in the next phase of the mission, basically. Yeah, okay, got all these boosts, make the most of them. And then Shock, you just want to live because she can heal the team. So after, you protect 5s initially because you don't want him to die without sacrificing. So she can heal him up if he's being targeted. And then you just heal as needed with her. So that's where, at least, relic 2s, relic 3s for them just to help with their HP. But you just want speed on them anyways. But you need to live. That's kind of the common theme in this mission, just survive. And
There you go.
So you're looking at relic 3s, Rex and Shock, relic 4s, relic 5s for Arc and Echo, and then relic 7 for 5.
All right.
Is your best shot at just the gear threshold there.
After hearing that, and I have to say, Adastra, in terms of the requirements, I'm going to quote the greatest character in Star Wars history, Jar Jar Binks. I give up.
What?
There's no way I'm even attempting.
Hell?
Do you have any gear 13s on yours?
I'm working on it.
You're not gonna.
It's not gonna be. Oh no, it's not working. Yeah. It's not gonna be working this time.
The hyperdrive bundle. That'll help you get there.
Yeah.
There you go.
I have. First off, I don't have Arc Trooper at 7 stars, so I can't even attempt it. So I would just give up. But I am. Yeah, my clones are still on their way, working up at this moment. So, but yeah, just I just. Okay. Next question for Warrior. Question from Underhill, and the question is tips for Arena in Geo versus Geo mirror matches. And I think this is going to be a last question, right, Warrior?
Yeah. In Arena, he's using Geos.
Yeah. So he's looking for Geo versus Geo mirror match.
Oh wow! I didn't know anyone used Geos in Arena. Interesting. Well, that's a difficult mirror match because it's like 6 versus 6. Really biggest thing is, save your. I mean, you get dispel, so you're going to dispel their tank, and then you're going to save your spies. Mollywop until you can take out their leader, and you're going to mollywop their leader. When their leader GBA is dead, then you're going to go after and just start taking out all their other characters. But you want to save your spies mollywop for their leader, so you don't have to worry about him continually bringing back their tank, because that's really going to be the big problem when you're going Geo after Geo. They just keep bringing back, and every time you're working someone down, I don't know. Geos versus Geos is a super long and super arduous arena battle. That's a that's an annoying battle right there. Your Geo is your superstar. If you're going to go mirror match, I would definitely crank your Geo, your spy up. Take your spy up.
I was gonna say, Warrior. We're talking about a Geo team and saying your Geo's your superstar.
Yeah, sorry, spy. My spy was the one I was thinking of. I don't know why I kept saying Geo. Your spy is going to be the one that mollywops and single shots everybody. So take your spy up as high as you possibly can into relics and everything, because he's going to one shot everybody. And save his special until you can hit GBA, and then hit their GBA, because you can dispel with Sunfac their tank, and then when you get the opportunity to one shot their GBA, do it. One shot their GBA. Make sure that you get status effects on GBA first, though, so that way when you hit them, you'll dispel all the status effects and kill GBA. You don't want to have no status effects on him, or it won't kill him. So make sure you do a few rounds of attacks to put debuffs and buffs and things like that, debuffs and stuff on him and buffs on your characters, so that way you can kill their GBA. And once GBA's down, then it's just a matter of basically autoing their team and letting it go auto battle. But you're going to have to do that. Their spy may or may not take one of your characters out, but there's a really good chance it will take your tank out, just because RNG's like that. RNG doesn't know what it's doing. So for you got to be really hyper focused in taking their GBA out with your spy. As soon as you do that, then you can focus on the rest of their team. You're probably not going to get to his spy. However, you can use your ability to take out of stealth and then target with your spy, their spy, if you're smart. And as soon as you can take out their spy, I would do it. But first GBA, then spy, and then the rest is all just super downhill after that. It's easy. It's just that's a very annoying mirror match for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So Warrior, you want to pimp your stuff before you head off?
Yeah, had a lot of fun this last week on my channel. It was a super fun live stream. Had a really, really great time. So for everybody that jumped on and had a good time, that was awesome. Thanks for joining me. Got some other fun things planned in the works. So still plan on doing the weekly live stream. And then I also have some fun little motivational snippets that I plan on doing, more videos throughout the week. So that will be fun. So, and then of course, jumping on here, and I'll probably be jumping on some other live streams here and there when I get a chance. So thanks for, jumping on my channel when you guys get a chance. Appreciate it.
All right.
That was, man. Have a good weekend.
All right, Warrior. Have a great weekend.
Bless you, Ranger.
Thank you. I can't stop sneezing.
I miss you. See you guys.
He's crying over that now. You're leaving early, and Warrior, you're making Ranger cry.
It's hit
me. Man, he's crying.
Okay.
Next question, Van.
Next question for good old Maurice. Question from Pookie. When are the stupid ships supposed to be farmable?
Pookie!
They are farmable, except for Hyena, right? Hyena's the only one that's not.
And BTL, right? I don't think BTL.
Oh yes, BTL.
Yeah, those two.
The Hyena should be any time, you'd think. The Y-Wing probably be another a month or so. I forget the what's the word I'm looking for? The progression of the cadence. I forget the cadence, but Hyena Bomber, you'd think it'd be I'd probably think in the next week or two, maybe like a little patch update. We'll probably get 7 or 8 relic packs that we could purchase, and then the Hyena Bomber will become farmable. The Y-Wing will probably be a while though, so yeah, which sucks because that's the fleet most of us have is the Galactic Republic, and the Y-Wing is pretty good. It's not the best ship, but it is very good just for depth and especially for Grand Arena Territory Wars. It provides you some flexibility with your tanks, so it's a good ship. So yeah, you don't need to.
Don't forget what they said about the cadence and everything too. By the way, so while there is a cadence, and in the podcast that they did with the Galactic War Report, they mentioned that if something is up for release based on the cadence, but they don't have anything being pushed to the server, they're going to hold it, right? So if for whatever reason, we were discussing this earlier, they're holding some of the new content because they found bugs and they're trying to correct it before releasing it or something like that, that might delay the release of Hyena Bomber and maybe even the BTL Y-Wing to some extent, because they're waiting until there's actually like a major server update or something to actually push out before they introduce the character into it. So there's other sources of delays as well that they talked about.
There's been a couple instances too where they've actually pushed the character out early. Like, you know, they'll do like 2 or 3 at once, and you know, maybe that third character came out 2-3 weeks after the other two. So I mean, who knows? Maybe the next update will give us both of them. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Because I know guilds need that Y-Wing for no other reason than platoons. Like, you know, that's tough. When you day one, you got 4 or 5 Y-Wings in the platoons and nobody has any. It's kind of difficult. So
I would still say, though, the majority of the guilds, I know both of you are in a little bit of higher end guilds, but I would still say the majority of the guilds are not even paying attention to it. They're literally just deploying and stopping with GOTB. It's like, what is the point of any of it? We'll just deploy. Oh, look, I'm done in 5 seconds. That's pretty much where they're at. So, yeah, we do need those ships for the squadrons. Okay, next question for Adastra from Jedi Jelly. Question is, when do you think the Clash on Camino event will be back?
I don't know.
You have any guesses? Because they released gas again, like 2 months after the initial release. Do you think they're still going to keep it 2 months? Do you think they've learned their lesson and they'll push it to 4 months? What do you think?
Honestly, at this point, I mean, that was such a shock. That was the quickest anything has ever returned. So at this point, anything's up in the air. They could come back in 1 month for all we know. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
I think you'll get one more shot at it. I guess maybe the next 8 months you get one more shot at it, and then it will just naturally progress to the journey guide after a year.
It's just so sporadic.
Yeah.
You know, their cadence. There is no cadence. It's just whenever they feel like it.
I would say, how about now? How about now?
Yeah, why not? Just have it an every weekend sort of thing. Just
How about now? Go.
Well, then they can just throw it into the journey guide.
How about now?
Yeah, there you go.
Just put gas in the journey guide and end it.
But how about now?
How much did that piss you off, Ranger, if gas, like, next week was like, we're going to put gas in the journey guide now so everyone can get it whenever they're ready?
No, I'd still be going, how about now?
Well, then they would have said, yeah, see, it's now.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. It's why I am done spending in this game, because that was such a dick punch.
I'm just glad to finally be done. I have him 7-star.
I'm
now
so
I'm hoarding
close,
that
and that's the worst.
So never again.
Yes, never trust them, Adastra. Don't trust them. They no. Don't do it. I will be right
Adastra
with
knows
you.
all mine's not 7 stars. I had a bit of a temper tantrum the other night. It's like a
I know.
What happened now?
I apologize for that.
I would have been.
That's my temper. I was a little upset.
What were you upset about?
I don't know. I don't know. I was trying to get my gas up, and something happened. I got removed from a guild.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. That sucks.
I was upset, but we won't go. We won't.
Let's not open up that.
No name dropping or anything. Yeah.
You'll get it after TV though, at least.
Yeah, just in time for the second round of Grand Arena.
Yeah,
Right.
Just like, oh Jesus.
I was like, just don't think about Grand Arena. Oh, never mind.
Too late.
Yeah.
Too
All right.
late.
Next question. Good old Marie's question from Bill Sam. And the question is, what is the best mod set for Nest, both for primaries and secondaries?
Well, there's two schools of thought. I do think the very, very, very tenacious build is probably the best, simply because you either need a lot of speed on her, or you don't need any speed and high tenacity. I think for most people's roster, the high tenacity, no speed is a little better. Stretches your mods a little thinner while keeping a very, very, very good character. You just want a very tenacious, very, very tenacious. We're talking 140, 50, 60% plus tenacity on the character. and then you just want to focus. It depends on what you're using it with. If you're using it like a Kira nest, you probably want some more protection. If you're not using Kira with her, then just stack her up with health. Try to give her some offense as well. You know, the quicker her offense, the higher her offense is, the quicker it will stack and start just laying out characters. She's a very good character for like getting your undersized feats and stuff. If you don't have 120 plus speed, like secondary speed mods, like 120 plus speed set to give her, then I would go the high tenacity, very little speed route.
Science.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Question for Adastra from Pookie. Question is,
Okay.
would like to know what is best for gas on mods to focus on, like when you or if you want to be protection or offense heavy, since I see both in arena and they both seem formidable. So how would you mod gas?
Well, it also depends on his level. So, like, if he's 5-star or 6-star, you're going to do it differently than you could for the max. Because the max, you have way more wiggle room to play with and the different builds. So, assuming, I guess the max is probably what you would be wondering. I don't know. Well, for the 5-star, 6-star, you're going to do a more protection build because he's squishier. So that's, you're kind of limited on that. Because the longer he can stay standing before he topples, the longer your team can do what they do best. Because as soon as he gets toppled, then the other team can just wail on you. So, but for the 7-star, with you got a lot more options. And honestly, yeah, the offense build is pretty fun. You know, he does dish out some good damage, but you're gonna win on offense no matter what you do. Like when he's, I'm talking when he's maxed out. It's just the team is so strong that I'm able to auto Darth Revan teams. I'm able to auto whatever's in my arena. So nice, very nice. So you're kind of thinking, like, what can be more annoying for defense to make it harder on the opposing team? Especially if you're in an arena where you're doing mirror matches of Skywalker versus Skywalker all the time. It's becoming a game of whose Rex will go first. But other than that, if your Skywalker is more tanky, that's usually a benefit. Because it, again, with the whole lasting longer before he gets toppled, that really helps as they try to burn him down. If you can burn theirs down quicker, that gives you an advantage. So in general, if you just make him a pain in the butt to kill, it's been pretty useful. That's how I built mine. I just went all in on the protection. I put a crit damage set. You can do an offense set along that line of doing a protection build because you just have so many options to have fun with it. But that's what I'm thinking. Other people, they go the opposite route where you can make him fast as hell because then he will get his debuffs going and the health percent reduction going. So you can theoretically end up killing them quicker, even if you're not. Even if you get toppled first, you're going to get more movements than they are. So it's kind of personal preference, honestly. I've seen quite a few different builds now. Even in my arena alone, there's like a lot of us now have him. So, and everyone seems to be running it differently. So, but I honestly think the more beefy build is the more annoying one out of all the different types you can do for defense purposes. However, when you're using it on offense, it does take you a little longer because you're slower. But I've never lost, so you can still win if you're slower. But yeah.
All right. Next question, Dr. Finn.
Okay, so next question for ye old good old Maurice.
Oh.
Question from Jacob Ward, and he said, did CG ever resolve the Omega issue for Echo's Basic, where does somebody give crit damage up on the 501st team, or is that another issue that's never getting done?
That's a good question, man. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, there's still no crit damage up mechanic in the game for that specific. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Like I don't know.
I haven't.
I'm not sure.
Jerks.
Is that still included in the text of his ability? I don't even know. Like,
It is.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Right now.
And they've pretty publicly said that we're wrapping up the Clone Wars. So I guess, I mean,
Didn't they address that in a Q&A that they changed it? That they was originally?
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, perhaps like Anakin, like Skywalker initially had some sort of mechanic and they changed it because it made him, I don't know. But
I don't think it was Anakin, though.
Yeah.
I think it was the rework that we were all hoping for, and that was Mace. The one that they canceled.
Perhaps, yeah. So
that's what they seemed to imply in that Q&A. I want to say it was the December Q&A that they mentioned that, where they stopped the Mace rework because they had the issues, right? And now they're going to look at how to rework Echo. Because
excuses.
So it's not giving us our Mace, the Mace that we deserve.
I don't think they'll rework Echo either. So I could just anticipate maybe that being in there for the rest of the time, and maybe 2 years from now we get an additional clone or something. I don't know. Yeah, that sucks. But you got to think Echo and crit damage up. Oh, that'd be dirty. So
be awesome.
Maybe it's a good thing. We'll know. Who knows? That sucks though.
All right.
I wonder how many people actually put the Omega on Echo just because they didn't want to see that red text anymore. And, like, even though they knew that there's nobody giving him crit damage.
That was me.
Also me.
Me as well.
Well, there's 75% of the panel here that put an Omega on Echo's basic for no reason.
It was more of a case of click, 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 click. Not even looking at really what it did, which is terrible advice for anybody out there.
And it was in anticipation of what we should have gotten.
Yes.
There are a lot of worthless Omegas in the game, so be careful, guys, when you're spamming through it if you're light Omegas.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad they at least put a "Are you sure?" for Zetas, because I would have accidentally Zeted a few characters now.
All right, let's get to the next one. So, Adastra, a question to you from Darth Sion, 1972. And he says, what are your thoughts that we will get GL Ray? I don't know what GL Ray is. I'm assuming it's the new Ray. And Kylo first, followed by the new Poe as an epic confrontation character. It seems like they're a little late on the release of Poe for a new Galactic Legend character.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think potentially we could need the Galactic Legend Rey and Kylo for a confrontation?
That would be so messed up. I could see it.
Yeah.
That'd be so ridiculous. But dang, I mean, they're so delayed and everything. I don't know if we're ever gonna get a Poe now.
Oh my god, that would be... I don't know what I would think of the game if they did that.
It'd be so backwards and messed up, honestly.
Wow.
So therefore it's very plausible because of how messed up it would be.
Gom, what would be your thoughts if they did that? Where you needed Rey and Kylo, these galactic legends, to unlock an epic confrontation Poe. The second Poe in the game, by the way.
I am by no means the lore master, but I mean, I don't really consider Poe like that iconic of a character. You know, like he's not not Chewbacca, he's not 3PO, he's not R2, he's not Palpatine. That'd be really weird. That just seemed, I don't know. It sucked. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Well, if they did that, and then you also need your Get on top of that to 7-star him, right?
Well, you definitely would need both of the Galactic Legend characters, Gear 13, Relic 7, with 4 Zetas to meet the threshold of GP, right? So you know.
Yeah.
Oh.
God. Man, we are in some dark times.
If that happens, yes, that would, yeah.
Lengthen.
That would be really bad. Okay. Next question. For you, good old Maurice. Question from John Moran. He says, how do I have to mod my Rex to do the most damage? I have him at Relic 3, speed and health sets with almost 4,200 physical damage and 286.
He doesn't do damage. Like you really have to deck him out with tons and tons and like an offense set Like he just doesn't have the base physical damage as some of the other characters do. So you're not going to get. Well, you have to almost. You might even have to use flat offense. He might be. I don't know. I'd have to look at the numbers, but he's not. He's there for his annihilate.
Like annihilate, though.
Yeah, like if you give him offense to the point where he's hitting, you're going to be neglecting him of durability, and he really needs to survive a couple hits. Like, yeah, he's there just to speed up the team, give tenacity up, and do annihilate. I would put any sort of offense that you have invested in him to see if you can't further amp up your ARC Trooper, your Echo, or even your Fives. The Fives is better with offense than. I would just put nothing but speed and just as much protection and health as you possibly can on Rex.
I'm wondering if it's a misconception too on how the damage is done with the Rexolate, right? Because the Rexolate damage is not based pretty much at all on offense or your overall damage. If you want to talk about that, Maurice, about the Rexolate, because that might be where there's a little disconnect on his damage.
Well, that's a good point. Just Rex's annihilate damage is basically based off how many clones take a turn, right? Like it's more on the other characters going, correct? Like
yeah. It's also the target the health.
Yeah.
Yep. Max health on the character, and then for each turn that the clone trooper.
That's why it does nothing to like characters like Malik and stuff.
Yeah, it's like expose or it's like expose or shock damage, kind of like just health based damage, nothing to do with like it's like Chewbacca's assist or like Droideca's true damage sort of thing. Yeah, just take the offense off him and then just put protection and health. Potency. I would even go potency over offense on him just so you got a higher chance to get the turn meter move on as basic.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for those of you guys in chat, really quick, make sure that if you guys haven't, please take a second to hit that thumbs up button. The panel is here on their free time, trying to not miss their lunch break to answer questions for you guys. So please make sure that you guys give us a thumbs up. So let's go to the next question here. God, I still can't believe they did that missing the lunch break thing. Okay, go Dastra. Question to you from Vormax. Do you think it is time for a new legendary capital ship since Chimera is the only legendary capital ship we have so far?
That is a very good point. We've been getting these new ones, but it's through the get. So yeah, I'd say we are due for one. We're due for a lot of things, honestly. And we'd still have plenty of room for more ships. They could definitely do another legendary for that. You know, the First Order, a Resistance, being the top of the list of what we could get. They could maybe make one of those into a legendary event. They just need to release more ships first. But
yeah, isn't that a huge problem? I mean, we've talked about this with ships and how it almost seems neglected to some point. We don't even have enough ships to justify all of the capital ships we have right now. And there's two of them that are Galactic Republic, and we don't even have Galactic Republics to field two different teams like that. So I'm with you. I think that there are a lot of good legendary ships that could potentially be released. But what do you think they need to do with ships to be at the point that they pretty much logistically can with the number of ships that we have?
Yeah, they'd have to do like marquee spam for the ships or put new things on nodes. We haven't really had any just new things to farm in general. Like they've really slowed down on releasing new characters, new ships. So which is good for, newer players, gives them less that they have to, they know what they're going to end at. But for everyone at the end game, we're all just waiting. So it's like they've really slowed down on giving us more, and we do need more ships. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of ships, but even I can acknowledge there is quite a shortage of usable ships. And we still need a lot of these other capital ships, especially if they keep their theme of, the new movie, Resistance, First Order. Well, where's our Resistance and First Order ships and our capital ships to lead them so we can have a new meta for ships? Like, it was Millennium Falcon, Akbar forever, and now it's just the sea of negotiators. So it's like we need it'd be nice to change it up. So I don't know the way they've been doing things though. It just doesn't seem like you said, it's not a priority for them, and they're slow on getting our playable characters already. And then ships, it's what the latest one was, the vulture or the hyena, one of those, right?
I think the BTL was the last one.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So
I think the BTL was the last one. It's either the BTL or the hyena. Those are the only two non-formables right now. I think hyena came first
right.
and then BTL.
Yeah, we are. It's just, yeah. They've really slowed down on spamming us with characters and ships. And ships, they've never been big on that. So this was another chance that I feel like that they kind of messed up with. It's just part of the hype with the movie. There was like no hype. They could have done so many things.
Yeah. A little disappointing. Okay, so if you guys have questions, now is the time to get it. We have one more question before the fun questions, but if any other questions come in for the panel, we'll handle those now too. Otherwise, we'll jump into the fun questions and start wrapping up early here on this long weekend for everyone.
I have a question. Yeah. Does Asajj's damage, if she dies, does it reset, or if she's revived, does it continue to have the stack bonus or no?
I think you've done more with Night Sisters, Adastra, so I'll let you kind of take it. But from what I've seen, it resets when she dies.
Okay.
But
Okay. It also, if she dies and uses the zombie mechanic, is it also reset?
Yes, from what I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carry on. I didn't want to. Oh yeah, just quickly. Okay.
And the reason I'm saying it, and we can, I don't know if anyone else knows for sure, but I usually will, like when I'm trying to trigger the zombie kills in order to prevent the Night Sisters from rezzing, I'll usually target someone like Talzin or someone first, because they're usually a little weaker. And then for the second one, I'll usually target Asajj. But once I kill Asajj, I notice a drop in her damage. So I usually try against the Night Sisters teams to always kill Asajj for that second zombie res, if I don't annihilate her first, depending on what the team is. If there's like Acolyte, then I'll kill usually Asajj first to prevent all the kind of stupid stuns and damage. If it's a Spirit, then I'll take out Spirit first. But usually it'll be Asajj with the second kill to proc zombies res. And then that usually clears up everything for me. I don't know if you've had a different experience, Adastra, or is yours is not necessarily the kill order, but is your experience basically the same, that the zombie res also seems to reset Asajj?
Yeah, I think so. I was trying to think back on, but it usually goes so quick, I don't really actually notice. But I'm pretty sure, because I know if she dies and then you revive her, she lost a lot of the damage. So I feel like it'd be the same thing would apply with the zombie res, because technically she died. So yeah, I think you're right.
All right.
Okay.
And guess who just joined the party?
Yep, I saw. We have ye old Ramona Zab.
What? In the butt.
I said what? In the butt. I said what? In the butt. Said what? In the butt. I said what? In the butt. That's such an epic song.
Well, on that lovely note, I need to get going.
But hold on. Let me give you your fun questions, Adastra, because you're back here for the first time in a while.
Okay.
So we have. You're not leaving on the what in your butt note. That's
I love the Ranger like growling sound in the background when I get.
Yeah, that's about right. Oh, my level of stupidity it'll bring that out in Ranger. Okay, question to you, Adastra, from Durgan. He says, I'm creating a guild on my alt that I'm calling D-Money and naming the guild Wolfpack, since the name seems to be available now. Would you like to join?
Yeah. I'm good. I like being in a winning guild.
Oh, snap, Durgan! Oh, snap! Snap, Durgan!
For those that don't know, we are no longer called the Wolfpack right now, so that's why he asked that.
What do you call it?
We are now the Wampa Herders.
The Wampa Herders. Who came up with that?
Yeah, so what it was is we have contests once in a while in the guild. So one of the contests was so whoever won could rename the guild for a short period of time. So the person that won is a huge Wampa fan. So they named it with Wampa in the name. So we've been having fun with it, you know. Now we're kind of joking around of everyone needs to Gear 13 their Wampas, Relic 7. We are now a Wampa guild.
Oh my God.
Wait, but this is temporary?
Yeah.
So what if Durgan really does claim
So
the
that's
wolf
why,
name?
yeah, that's exactly where that came up. Because I was, when I was talking to him, he mentioned that, like, you know, someone could, like, rename their guild. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't think about that. And so then this running joke of where make a new guild and then rename, do their usernames, where they change all the usernames to be our names too. So,
Oh my God.
just do like a clone, and then they be cracking up when they do their territory wars. You know, like what happened to the wolf pack?
Well, that has to happen now. Somebody in the chat needs to create the wolf pack.
Durgan's probably already on it.
Yep, Durgan's on the job here.
And then he'll charge T money to get it back.
I'm more
But
curious
yeah,
about this.
we just do these fun little contests, and so it was kind of cool. That I was kind of scared, you know, whoever won. I'm like, oh my God, what name are we gonna be stuck with for a while here? It's like a few people I was a little worried that would win and choose some pretty silly stuff.
Okay.
Wow.
So I was like, as far as what could have been, you know, this isn't a bad name considering some options out there.
I mean, wow.
All
All right.
I'm concerned about this Ranger T-shirt. Where'd you get that cool Revan shirt, man?
It was a gift.
That's a nice shirt.
So the answer is just for him to know and you to find
That's
out.
right. You know, if I give you all
Okay,
the-
last question
if I
for you,
gave all the
Adastra.
secrets, and what's the point?
Last question for you, Adastra. So it's a question from Yuta asking kind of all of you guys. What are your thoughts? I don't even know if you have you seen CG Sven? Let's start with that. I think good old Maurice and Ramon know about CG Sven. I don't know if Adastra knows about CG Sven.
I don't know that.
Okay. So when they do their dev Q&As, we do the Q&As live. So we represent each of the devs that are answering questions in that dev Q&A. And so CG Sven is portrayed by Ranger as the Swedish chef. And the funniest thing afterwards is going back and watching the responses from CG Sven with closed captioning on. And what it translates, what the Swedish chef is saying. Half the time we're on a, what were some of it? We were on a path to losing. CG was on a path to losing. And, what was the disease deficiency that we had? We had a disease deficiency. CG Sven's response. Yeah, so that's what they're talking about. So you have not seen our live Q&As yet.
No. So is it just a parody making fun of the ridiculous, dumb Q&As that they give us? So
We're doing the Q&A that a Q&A should be. You know, actually live, talking. So we literally follow the forum posts and read their responses with our commentary in betweens when we send it back to RSG Studios. But once we go to Sacramento, then it's all there.
How either of you have any voice left after those is beyond me. I couldn't do it. Just hours of voices, and it's great stuff.
When I do my actual Crom, it's a lot worse than when I use the modulator, which I did last time because I had to use the modulator because I had actually lost my voice.
Yeah,
so that was
that's what I was gonna say. That's
I mean, watching Ranger do all the impressions is exhausting. You know, I mean, it's not that it's bad. It's great. I just think like to myself, like, man, like I just imagine myself like having to do like a different impersonation every couple of seconds, and that's tough. You know,
you gotta drink a lot of tea with honey.
Yeah.
Well, those are all the fun questions for you, Adastra. So we will let you go
if you
want to pimp your stuff.
Okay. Jedi Master Adastra on YouTube, on Discord, Jedi videos, Jedi everything. Yeah.
There you go.
Haven't really uploaded anything lately though, so I don't have anything new to talk about. You can find, a lot of arena videos. I did a lot of arena battles and then a bunch of Sith raid runs using the Jedi, of course, and other things.
Yeah, and if you're
I
looking
was kind of bummed I didn't record my new record Jedi run. I got like 45 mil. So like that would have been a cool video. But yeah, we'll see. I should upload something. I think it's been like maybe a month now since I last uploaded anything. And I record all kinds of stuff. I've recorded my TV battles, of course. I record arena. So I'll try to put together something new. Just to, hey, Jedi are still relevant, guys.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
All right.
Have a good one, you guys.
That's right.
All right,
If you're looking for a home, join the Wampa Herders.
You to enter, you need a Relic 7 Wampa.
Wampa with both relics. There you go.
Wow, that is a hefty price to enter.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bye, Adastra.
All right. Next
Bye.
All right. Since Ramon has joined, let's give Ramon a question here.
Oh,
it is our last question before the fun question, so perfect timing for Ramon.
Come through for us, Ramon.
So question from Bill Sam, and the question is, are we in need of more bounty hunters?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we have the Mandalorian, right? He's definitely coming. I would consider, personally, I think Baby Yoda's a bounty hunter now at this point, right? I mean, come on,
I don't want Baby Yoda in the game.
Listen, I mean, at this moment, he would be the equivalent of putting a porg in the game, right?
Yeah.
So you can't do that yet. But if he advances to a different state at some point where he is like combat ready, then yes.
No.
Yes.
Can you imagine needing to kill an opposing Baby Yoda?
Yes.
Do you know how much that would? I would literally just give up. If there was somebody I faced in GA that had a Baby Yoda on defense, I would literally go in with Hermit Yoda, 3PO, and Watt and just lose.
You know what it is that there is like there is definitely a lot of intrigue behind the Baby Yoda character. So I mean, I'm kind of curious where they're going to go with that. But I mean, it would be interesting. I don't know how they could possibly progress him from having for 50 years not been able to get to the point where he's like a teenager yet. Like I'd imagine that it probably would take another 50 years for him to get to like a normal size person. So I don't know how they would do that in the story, but I mean, yeah, right now I'd say the Mando would probably be the next bounty hunter that they could put in there. Maybe they'll put in Jesus, what's Apollo's character's name?
Good Maurice and I were just talking about this before the stream. Nobody calls him by his name. It's Grief.
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
He's either Carl Weathers or Apollo Creed. It's never Grief. His name is Grief.
His name is Grief. So I mean, he could be a bounty hunter. And there's a few more. I mean, I think that we could. I mean, they've already put a considerable amount of bounty hunters in the game, but it'd be nice to get enough to put out two teams, kind of like there is for every other faction, right? Like you have two Sith factions, two Republic factions. You have two.
Did we lose Ramon? I think we lost Ramon.
I didn't know if it was me. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at my. There we go.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. So I'm saying is, for the most part, we have, for a lot of the main factions, we have the ability to put together two solid teams, and it'd be nice to be able to do that for bounty hunters too. Pretty soon we'll be able to put together like a second First Order team. We have a second, Jedi team. So it'd be nice to have two full fives for bounty hunters as well.
That's science.
Okay, that was the last of the questions. the serious questions. So of course we always separate our fun questions. So let's go ahead and get the fun questions to everyone. First question from Vormax. Who else is happy because Warrior is still around and also got to hear Adastra on the show again? It was definitely nice. It's nice to have Warrior still around and good to have Adastra back. Little sad that Ranger and I are the only two on camera again. I like seeing good old Maurice on camera and just the random things that would show up because he would forget he's on camera.
You don't want to see it today. You don't want to see it today.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I woke up about 3 minutes before the stream started.
Warrior will be back. I'll tell you that right now. You know, Warrior's gonna stop playing for like 3 weeks, and he's gonna be like, "Man, this, I like this game." He's gonna come back. There'll be something that brings him back. I hope.
Warrior sounds very similar to when I had quit a couple years ago, and the only thing that brought me back was my guild. But my guild was also smaller at the time, and it was right around AAT, so survival of that guild is a little bit more difficult than when, like, if TI or Ma or somebody loses a player, nobody thinks that guild is gonna, like, disband or anything like that. So I have a harder time thinking Warrior's gonna come back based on the reasons he's given for leaving.
I think if the whole TI thing didn't happen, I think that I think this wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? I think that it'd be
possibly.
Unfortunately,
Warrior did want to be kind of like a TI lifer, so getting out of TI definitely changed things. So, yeah, hard to know now if that would have changed anything, but yeah. Okay, next question from Revenator: is everyone happy about finally? And good old Maurice, you were talking about this earlier. Is everyone happy about finally, after over a month of waiting, getting new content in the store tab? Are we really at the point in this game where our new content is just new packs for people to buy? Like, that really seems to be where we're at right now. It's
they've kind of alluded to that new content is coming, and they do kind of. I'm not sure they've ever called the packs content like specifically, but they have definitely in context called the packs content several times the past few months. So.
Yeah.
I mean, in the game Anthem, right? They consider the store refresh like part of the content of the game. You know what I mean? Like so it's like, it's like if you go to the board on their game board where they explain like all the patches that are in the game and all the live game modes that are in there. It's like one of the things is Prospero store refresh. So these game companies will take anything to try to show that they have content in the game. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right. Oh, we got 2 donations from Darth Bob. Bob put in $2 and said, "Y'all are the man."
Yeah,
thank you very much, Darth Bob.
Yeah,
and everyone out there, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button. And the other one, Darth Bob donated another 2 and said, "How is it that Finn's hair is so amazing?"
Well, it's the condition.
He's really wanting to know what type of hair products and stuff you use for the past about 30 minutes.
I know. I've been noticing that. Every time I talk about this, Ranger gets mad at me, though.
I don't want to know no.
There's specific shower protocols with my hair. There's 2 different ones. But see, Ranger gets mad every time I talk about it. I see. So I can't talk about it. Ranger gets mad, Darth Bob.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Talk offline. Get a room.
I want to know about your shower tendencies.
I just said go offline. Get a room.
For the hair, there's 2 different protocols.
No,
so.
What
one is called the simple
going
protocol.
Offline and getting a goddamn room that you 2 mongoloids didn't understand? God damn it!
See, this is why he gets. Actually, it's not genetics, ouch. If you look at my family, especially on my dad's side, they're all bald. It's just a silly family story, but so typically, when you eat spicy food, you get like you might start to like sweat and everything, and so I'm obviously Indian, so a lot of all my dad's side and my mom's side are all Indian. So my dad has 5 brothers. One, his youngest, passed away, but has 5 brothers. And they all look very similar. All of them are bald. So when we have like family reunions and stuff, which we try to do basically like every year, all of the brothers will sit at a table. And for us, like the cousins that are like the kids of the uncles, it's just like hilarious because they all look alike. the youngest children can't tell them apart. Like they'll call each other different names. But then they start eating spicy food, and you will see them almost in sequence take their handkerchief out of their pocket and start patting the top of their head. It's like the entire family of brothers all taking their handkerchief and just like at the same time because they're just bald and eating spicy food. So it's just funny to see that. But so genetics-wise, Ouchie, no, it's definitely more on the balding side. I don't know how much longer I have my hair as it currently stands. So,
I have a fun question for the panel.
Mhm.
What are everybody here's thoughts on sign stealing in Major League Baseball?
Don't do it because you're going to lose everything. Jesus Christ.
Well, you're not going to lose everything. They're not going to vacate a title.
I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop because they're.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
they
mentioned in the
that every
report.
team's guilty of something.
Yeah, I was like, really? Wow. It's like 9 other teams. Shit. I was like, oh my god. Well, enjoy losing your draft picks, dumbasses.
We have Urs in the chat too now.
Oh god, no.
Everyone with hair questions.
Yeah.
So basically, the moral of your story is if you eat spicy food, you're going to go bald. Is that what you were telling the panel? Is that what you tell everybody?
Stupid ass.
That's the one thing I really gathered out of that.
No, it was that my entire family is my dad's side is completely bald, and it's just funny seeing them eat spicy food and tap their head with their handkerchief at the exact same time.
Oh goodness.
Literally, their timing is coordinated too. Like they reach for their handkerchief at the exact same time.
Well, yeah.
It's just funny. But Urs is asking a hair question too.
Sure,
He's a question. I've noticed my hairline receding at 40. Finn, what can you teach me to save what's left?
Get a room.
I would talk about it, but Ranger is stopping me, Urs.
Get a room. You have plenty of room at the hall. You and Finn can go get some honeys from the hall and sit down.
Darth Bob donated $2 and said I need it for my beard. I mean,
as I said,
I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Protocols, room, Bob, Urs, Finn, Hall honeys, do it. Go have a conversation.
I would say that the answer is clearly eat less spicy food if you want to keep your hair.
That's one thing. So,
yeah, Bob's beard is pretty epic. So
yeah, so
mine grew out a little bit when Ranger started calling me Paul Bunyan, but yeah, I usually keep it at this length roughly.
Killed him.
All right, let's get to the rest of the fun questions. Vormax, question for Affinity. Can CG Julia Shields answer a couple of questions today? First off, it's Julie Andrews, so shame on you.
Yep.
So now she's already pissed off.
Yep,
and Julie Andrews, is doing tapings in Bollywood right now, so she's not here at the moment. She might be able to come on an express plane at some point.
Well, I mean, if you.
But it's not Julia Shields. God, you're turning into Grande.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's not even the right name. You're getting it wrong. That's just horrible. So
shame on you.
Yeah. She's not coming.
I don't even know if good old Maurice and Ramon know what we're talking about. With
no,
we'll
have to go back and watch the Wednesday night stream.
No, that's why I put myself on mute.
Yes, there you go.
You're not aware of Julie Andrews?
I know who she is, but I missed you guys on Wednesday. I'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, you'll have to watch it. You will. I just. Oh boy.
I think we should get a live recap right now of what's going on.
No, let's not. I can't. One day of that was enough.
You want me to try and see if I can call her over from Bollywood?
I really don't want to. No.
All right, Darth Bomb question. Finn, with your age, how do you maintain such a full head of hair? Well, at 70, it does require some good maintenance.
This is a good question. I'm gonna go into the chat and start typing some hair questions too.
Yeah,
they pretty much what's this in chat right now.
Everybody ask more hair questions.
Yeah, let's not, because they're not going to get answered.
Well, for that, the next couple of questions are for you, Ramon. Ray Rock is asking, how's those 3-dot mods going on CLS?
Geez, that's even worse.
I wanna move on to side stealing for Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I bet you would after
No, but honestly, my 3-dot mods are doing good. After heavy abuse for months and months and months, I have finally deleted all of the mods on my roster.
I don't believe you.
That are not 4-dot or higher.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Meaning meaning he's going to do that sometime between now and tomorrow night's stream.
Right.
No. I went into, and I'm saying not the equipped ones. I haven't gone and unequipped anything. But I've deleted.
That's not all then, is it?
But I've deleted any ones that I have in my inventory, like that I haven't equipped yet. Like anything that's
to Ramon's point, it's hard to sell mods that are on characters. So if you press the sell, it only shows you the unequipped ones. So you would literally have to go through all of his characters to de-equip it, which is a hefty procedure. Not gonna lie.
Nice try, Finn. Nice try.
Yeah, nice try.
It's true, and you know it.
Finn,
you can't sell things that are on characters.
Well, yeah, but come on, Finn. It's not that.
He's a good man. Okay, he's trying to make my situation look a little bit more dire, and it is. Okay.
No, yeah, it's yeah.
Stop calling her CG Julia Shields, Vormax. You are bad. She is never going to talk to you again.
Yep.
You're turning into Grande with that. Yeah. It's Julie Andrews, not CG Julia Shield. You're turning into Grande, and shame on you. That's just awful.
Even mentioning Grande's name is awful. So there you go. All right.
He didn't mention Grande's name. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well,
it's
been brought up in conversation now, so
it's true. And then Vormax asked you, Ramon, how have you taken care of these 3 and 4 dot mods?
Well, we got to re-answer that one. So.
Nobunaga question: opinion on 2 and 1 versus separate shampoo and conditioner.
Room.
That is the basis of my true hair protocols, by the way.
Hall, Bob, get a room. Stop it. Get that shit out of here.
I think you need a separate conditioner and shampoo.
No, see, what the hell did I just say?
Not always. So that's
We're
where
not
the different protocols
getting into
come
this goddamn conversation here. God damn it, get a room.
Are you a find a good man, Finn? Are you
no, God, seriously, knock it out. No, God damn it.
My question for Ranger is: Do you put an extra dab of shampoo on that little chip of beard on your chin?
Ramon, I will punch you in the dick so hard you'll be thinking you were spitting sperm when you sneeze.
It's a good question.
Ouchie has a question. Can Urs play marbles with us? Urs is welcome to play marbles anytime he wants with us. He knows he's welcome. I'll give you guys a little. So if you guys haven't, make sure you join us on Twitch.
Sure.
We're trying to stream basically on every night except Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on Twitch with something for you guys. And a lot of the nights is marbles on stream. And if you guys haven't played that with us, make sure that you join us. Today is going to be a Surgeon Simulator actually at 8 p.m. on
I'm
Twitch.
definitely not watching that. Oh my god.
So, but the marbles game is just really fun. But I have like this whole thing that I'm setting up with the whole Marble Race League and all of that. And I will say it's taking a little bit of time because it's hard to find everything. But I am trying to make a Hall intermission show.
Okay.
For
oh, there we go.
Darth Bob donated $5 and said, Ranger, if you started asking these questions 10 years ago,
I'd still be saying the same thing. Get a goddamn room. Get that crap out of here.
God. Ferraris Aegon question. So hair care gets Boyd Corbin heat from Ranger. Yeah, pretty much.
What about
if you start asking?
Does the panel believe that that beard hair deserves conditioner as well? I think it does.
What the hell? Room?
Mm-hmm.
No. Get out of here. Damn it.
I like a soft beard.
Oh my god. All right, next question.
Ronan Zai question: how is the Ranger Ramon GAC matching process going? I want to see Ranger get buried in the effing ground. Were you two trying to get your GPs close to fight each other?
If Fremont ever, modded his tunes, we might be closer, but that would.
If Ranger and I get to mod my roster, which is a plan at some point, then at some point my GP will probably be high enough to where I could possibly battle Ranger in GA. And I was saying that if that ever happens, that he would wake the sleeping dragon and I'd bury him in the ground. But I mean, listen, this is all hypothetical here. But if that happened, I would have to record the battles for sure. We'd have to have this live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of pushing it. Okay, let's see. What other questions do we have? Spiderface. Spiderface is just saying for Ranger, I have finally had to delete all the 3-speed mods. So thanks for getting my mods into shape.
That's what I do.
And then Ouchie, question, can we get an RSG manscaping and beauty tips with Julie Andrews stream?
Yes, Lord, get a room.
Well, Julie wouldn't be manscaping. I'm just saying. Well, she could possibly suggest it, but she's...
Manscaping with Finity. That could be the whole headline to the stream.
Go watch Julie Andrews on Wednesday, Ramon. You'll. Okay. I think that's it for questions.
All right,
let me see. I'm doing one last check here. Ouchie's asking, is it Surgeon Simulator or Sturgeon Stimulator? It is Surgeon Simulator. It is not Sturgeon Stimulator. We're not stimulating any sturgeons.
The Durgan
have you guys seen this game called like Time Travel Simulator, like on YouTube?
No.
It's where you literally drive around in a DeLorean and you can go back in time and forward in time, and you have to get like plutonium and stuff like that to stick in your car. And I've seen a couple of videos of it online. I don't know where you can even play the game, but it seemed the simulator part just made me think about it. It looks it's really like a full DeLorean, and you walk around and you can go like what you do in the game in the past affects the future, etc.
Huh.
So it's kind of cool. Yeah,
that is pretty cool. I'll have to look. My next game that I'm looking to get is the Goose game, Untitled Goose Game.
Okay,
that's the next one I'm getting.
All right, let's pimp this stuff and get out of here, Finn.
Really? They want to talk about hair.
I don't care. You gotta go have your own stream with that. No.
All right.
It's the Jedi Academy, not the Jedi Hair Academy. All right. So.
Oh, that would be a pretty interesting stream.
Not for me.
Jedi Hair Academy.
Yeah, I won't be there.
Let's discuss here. Last question.
No, there's no more questions. This is not your show. You get the hell out of here.
For the panel, which Jedi has?
What did I just say?
Who has the best hair? Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh yeah, it's Qui-Gon Jinn with the braids and everything. Yeah, it's Qui-Gon.
Well, that's because it's Liam Neeson. I don't know.
It is.
MC Azab takes over.
Yeah.
The answer is Kit Fisto.
Oh yeah. Let him like Kit Fisto. You can't go wrong.
Those skin dreads are awesome.
Yeah. All right. Good old Maurice. Pimp Operation Metaverse. What do you guys got going on?
Streaming now Thursdays at 10 p.m. Last week was pretty good. We had Blade Bach on. We discussed counters to DR, trying to stretch your roster to be able to counter all these meta teams and what we're doing, kind of prepare for the next Grand Arena, which I guess we don't know the format yet. Do we? Have they announced the format?
They have not, but I think suspicion is that it's just 3v3 without ships, but not confirmed.
Yeah, more fun for us.
So if it is 3 versus 3, you guys can skip last week's stream because it's probably pretty relevant because we talked about 5 versus 5. But yeah, catch us there Thursdays, 10 p.m. T-Money and I.
Yeah. And then Sundays we got Remon stream, which ties into me and good old Maurice. Remon, what's going on Sunday?
Well, we're streaming tomorrow night, so definitely come check that out.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. And you can check that on. And what's your channel?
Ramon Azab on YouTube, and then you can follow me on Twitter at Ramon_Azab.
There you go. See, that's pretty simple. Finn, how can folks check us out?
I don't know, Ranger. How?
Finn. How can they find RSG? Oh, we got to talk about the ACS stuff too. We're getting closer.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are on the RSG channel. So thank you guys very much. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button so you guys can get notified whenever we have videos coming out and streams. We are coming up with a new schedule for the rest of the year. The streams are going to be at the same time. So we have the lunch stream at 12 p.m. Eastern time. We have our Wednesday night stream, which it's the longest running episodic live stream in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. We're currently at, I think, like 188 or something.
Yeah, next one will be 188, I believe you're right. Yep, that's
right. So something around there. And those are all consecutive. We have not missed any Wednesday night streams. So those are consecutive weeks that we've had that stream. That's a Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, right now, 10 a.m. on Saturdays, we have Jedi Academy. So those are our main streams. Those are always going to be there. We are working on putting out more videos for you guys as the new year progresses. We're also doing more on Twitch, as we were talking about. So twitch.tv/realityskewedgamers. Except for Wednesday night, trying to have an 8 p.m. stream basically every night for you guys. And a lot of the times it is Marbles on Stream, which is an interactive stream for all. And all you need is Twitch. You head onto Twitch, you just type in chat, you interact with people, and that's it. Simple enough. And so hopefully you guys can join us for that. Tonight is going to be Surgeon Simulator at 8 p.m. Eastern time as part of Saturday night. And those are the ways you can check us out. And of course, in the description, you will also see a link to our Discord, so you can head on there. We usually have voice chats going on at night and sometimes even during the day as it goes on to the weekend. So just come out and hang out with us. And of course, what we do each year is an annual fundraiser. And for the last 2 years now, we have very gladly raised money for the American Cancer Society. And thanks to all of you guys being such an awesome community, we hit our goal last year of 15,000. And so this year, our goal is 17,500. We are currently over 16,300 already. And where our target is by April to get to 17,500. But I have made the offer to everyone in the community.
16,462.
What is it? Oh, did somebody donate?
Somebody donated.
Oh, awesome. So we're at 16,462. So somebody donated 100. So thank you very much. We have a few challenges and stuff out there for you guys. So there is a new challenge for Ranger to do a lore video on the Eternal Twins, which is available now. And that's actually what the donation was. It was $100 towards that. So now it's 100 out of 1,000 towards your Eternal Twins lore video. We still have the lightsaber raffle tickets. So if you guys want the custom built lightsaber courtesy of Sword of the Jedi, head over there and get yourself raffle tickets. It's the only way to get it. And we're doing the raffle on a special stream as soon as we hit 17,500. That being said, once we hit 17,500, we'll do that stream. But if we hit that goal by the end of this month, I will Relic 7 Rose Tico. Yeah. And she will be my first Relic 7. So I will Relic 7 Rose Tico if we can get to 17,500 by the end of January. So I will check early on February 1st to see if we've hit it or not, to see if I have to do that unfortunate task. So there we go.
There you go. All right, so with that, we're going to call this one done. Make sure you check out all these great channels. Make sure you follow their content. Make sure you give them thumbs up on the videos, things of that nature. Do the same thing with us. So